Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Been a few days since I've done a video. Just have had basically no time to get out here in the garage, and I do apologize for that. But been having some issues with my heater, like I said in the past. And what I did is I ordered one of those heater treater kits. I'll put the link in the description below for that. I picked up one of these. What you get in your kit is $35, and for me it was $10 shipping. It did come out of Texas. This is everything you get to do this. You get a new collar, and I will open this up and dump it out. You get a new collar because typically what breaks on your blend door is, I'm sorry, I did forget to say that, didn't I? This is for the blend door underneath the heater core assembly, AC unit, all that stuff. Right underneath, passenger side, really tight, tucked up to the floorboard, there is a little actuator. And what that does is that turns that blend door from hot to cold. There is a plastic collar on top of that actuator, and that cracks and splits and breaks quite a bit. So what I did is I picked up this kit from Heater Treater, and I'm going to be replacing that actuator in my truck and see if that takes care of it. Also, I'm probably going to, if I can get a warm enough day to where my hoses aren't frozen, or just run and get a new hose to use to actually do this. I don't have my hood open, or I would show you. You know, flush that heater core out. And when you do it, make sure and flush it backwards. I'll go over that when I actually do it. And that way, everything that's caught, you aren't trying to force it the rest of the way through. You're pushing it out the way it came in. So just a good practice. Like I said, I'll go over that. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I can either get some stuff and get that done, and or it warms up here and I'm able to do it here with everything that I have. But I don't have some fittings that I would like to have to get it done. So I need to pick some of those up. Going back to this task at hand, like I said, it comes with a full instructions, a new collar. This is a stainless steel collar. To me, being a fabricator, somehow they have a die and they're smashing that half of that down and keeping that round, because you can see the die marks there and on that side. I don't know if they're doing it in some kind of a vise, you know, and they're smashing that down. They have, somehow they have some kind of press. You can see where they've pressed there's a mark, and then there's a couple of die marks right there. And then that side is just ground down to fit inside your actuator to give it kind of a oblong shape. So that is your new collar. On the back screw, I'll show you when I get in there, it comes with a new course to fine thread. And then what you're going to do is you'll lock these two nuts together on here to put this in, and then take them both off, and then your actuator will slide up over that, and then you just use one nut to secure it. So, and then to check your actuator if you need to, if you suspect your motor is dead in the actuator itself, you can actually open it up and put this on the back of the engine with a 9-volt, or the back of the engine, the back of the little electric motor with a 9-volt battery, and turn it and see if it's working. But there is also other ways you can do that to see if it's working. If you can't do it yourself, you can do it yourself. You can reach. Way I did mine to see if it was working was with the key on. It doesn't turn real fast. So what I did was I turned my temperature control from hot all the way to cold, and then just looked underneath there to see, let me get the light on, if the actuator, which is right here, was moving. And you can see right under there, there's a collar that I'm pointing at. That's the actual motor itself on top of and then the collar is up inside here that you're gonna have to pull off. But if you turn that, your temperature, your thermostat control, and then hurry up and get down here, it's not done moving, you'll be able to see if that's turning or not. So that's how I determined that my actuator is still good. and probably the collar up inside is cracked. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that apart and get that off of there. The guy, the way they explained it, they said it's about a 5-minute job, but it possibly could take longer than that once we get in there, and I'll show you. Because of, you got to pull your carpet away, then you got to cut the rubber backing, and then you got to cut some of the padding out of there to be able to get to that screw in the back side. So right now, what you're going to need is, I've got an old Phillips screwdriver that I bent a 90 in. I'm going to try that on that back screw, and then I also have a 1/4-inch ratchet, 1/4-inch socket, and then basically a nut driver inside that 1/4-inch socket. And this is a number 2 Phillips. I'm sorry, this is a number 1 Phillips, and this is a number 2 Phillips. So this is, I'm going to try this and this. They actually make some screwdrivers that are basically a Z-shaped like this, and one side will typically be Phillips and the other side will typically be a blade screwdriver or a slotted screwdriver. Also, Harbor Freight has a little tool that these nut drivers fit right in and makes this, dang it, it makes this whole, here, let me get this up here where you can see. It makes this whole assembly right here probably about this long at that notch on the socket itself. So, and both of mine are broke and I threw them away, and I was close to Harbor Freight today and forgot to grab a new one. But that's another thing that you can do too, is they have, it's basically just a small little ratchet that these nut drivers fit into. But this is what I'm forced to use today because that's all I have. All right, I want to try and cut this so I can put it back in place, possibly, hopefully, maybe. All right, I think that'll give me enough access. As you can see, had to really hack it up pretty good to get access to that screw on that back side. So hopefully that will give us enough room to get in there. I don't really know if it will or not. All right, this is too long to get in there. You don't have enough room in between the floor and the head of the screw to get in there. So I went over to my toolbox and I grabbed a pair of needle nose vice grips, and I put a Phillips bit in there, and we're going to try and see if that will take it out. And that is working pretty good. There's the actuator there. And then there is the plastic collar. And take it over to the bench and look at it, but I don't think mine is broke. So there must be something else going on to keep it from moving. All right, here's the factory one. This is what you're going to be replacing. And as you can see, mine looks like it's in pretty good shape. I don't see any cracks at all. I don't know if possibly my actuator's bad, but I did see the motor is turning. While I do have it apart, I am going to put the steel one in. This is the comparison between the two. So while I have it out, I mean, I have it apart. It's not a bad job. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in. Okay, like an idiot, I turned the key on for some reason and this turned. So it come out of index on me. Now I've got to go through and try and get this lined up so I can get all of these 2 screws and then the alignment pin here in place. So this is what this looks like inside. And then this goes back on this way and snaps together. So now I got to keep taking this apart and getting everything set so I can try and get this to line up with the blend door. Now they do say it will automatically figure itself out as far as hot cold after it cycles a few times, so once you get it in place. So we'll see what and how it goes. Now I just got to take this back to the truck and see if it's in the right position to get it in place. Just like that. Now just all I have to do is put my 2 screws in and then plug the power back in. Okay, I do have everything done and taken care of. As you saw there, I cycled the blend door back and forth. I don't know exactly where it's positioned at yet until I get the truck heated up and blowing, excuse me, I got the hiccups now, and blowing some hot air. The kit is pretty nice. Now, I guess, hold on a minute, I gotta get a drink. Okay, we'll see if that's any bit better. I should have left the cap off in case I needed another one. The kit, I will say, is pretty nice. I do agree, you know, I do feel that the kit's pretty nice. This is what I'm left with that I could not get back in as far as this material. This is just, I mean, the truck is an 02. You know, it's old. This stuff is just got hot and cold, and it's brittle. I was able to put the foam back in place. That was fine. And I put the large piece in place and put some tape over it, put my carpet back over it, and, you know, all is well. That'll just get thrown away. My old collar, luckily enough, or believe it or not, is not split that I can find anywhere on it. So I guess I'll save this. I really don't know. I did go ahead and put the heater treater one in. Alright, what I used, and I actually did not use this, as you saw from the video, I took the screw out with this and I was able to take and put the screw back in. This is a number 2 Phillips in a pair of needle nose vice grips, and I was able to take my fingers in there and get it started just a little bit and then finish putting it in with this, and also took it out with this. To finish taking it out, all I did was take this bit out of my needle nose and twisted it out until the screw fell to the floor pan. This was too long. It did not work like I had hoped it was going to. So to do this job, you need utility knife, needle nose vice grips, and a number 2 Phillips bit. Now, with that being said, the kit. For my $35 of the kit, I believe they could include some color instructions. My personal opinion. For the $10 shit, well, I paid 45 bucks because I don't know if they used, I can't remember, it came in, I think, a flat rate envelope, which, you know, if you take it and just send it priority in a regular padded envelope, it probably would have cost you $3 at the most. I thought the $10 shipping was just a little bit steep. With me having a fabricating background, I thought the price of the kit was a little bit steep also at $35. Just because, yeah, I could probably make it. It would take me a while. Seeing how it's made, seeing enough of them on YouTube. You know, I only saw about 2 videos on how to do this. And then that's for the Dodge Ram. I don't know if there's anything out there as far as other platforms that would possibly, you know, people are doing. I don't know what I searched for. Maybe I did search for heater treater. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description below for their website. You guys, if you have problems with this, if you're having some heating issues in your second gen, or they do have 03 and up to, I believe, some different kits and stuff like that. They do cover a multitude of vehicles and a multitude of trucks as far as the Dodge Ram. So in this case, this wasn't my issue. I don't know if there's a heater core issue, so my next step is going to be flushing my heater core and getting that taken care of. And also, I need to get that taken care of too. I want to get my heater put up, and I got to get that guy over here. He has been busy doing some installs and stuff like that, so I need to get him over here so he can give me a clean bill of health on this heater, and that way I can get it hung up above me and start blowing some warm air. But you know, that's really not going to do any good when my garage door's open, because the truck doesn't fit. So anyway, I think I've filled your head full enough, hopefully knowledge for tonight, but it's been a learning experience for me because I've never actually done this. Got some kids screaming out there and it's dark. Also, don't be an idiot and turn your key on when you have that on. I forget, I don't even know what I was doing. I turned the key on to do something, and then the next thing I knew, you know, the actuator is spinning. So there is a spot in instructions in there. If you have something with a metal arm, it will only spin so far and stop, and then spin so far back and stop. So obviously mine's not that actuator. So it just will spin continuously unless it has the blend door to stop it. So anyway, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you've not already done so, become part of the family, see what I'm gonna do next, because you never know what I might do. We'll talk to you guys later on. Bye-bye.